So, tell me, have you been to Soweto?
Yes, I've been to Soweto. I've been to Vilagazi Street, yes, and some places in Soweto, yeah.
And I'm sure you learned a thing or two because it's quite prominent, since we do know that Nelson Mandela has a history there in Soweto.
Yes, and I've actually been to his house, yeah.
So, your favorite city in South Africa?
MTN.
MTN?
Yes.
That's the CBD, my guy.
Oh, yes, that's my favorite place, you know.
That's your favorite place?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, I guess you don't know any other places, I presume?
In Auckland Park.
Auckland Park.
Yes.
Because we're situated in Auckland Park.
Yeah, we're situated in Auckland Park, yeah.
Are you from Ghana?
I'm from Ghana. Have you been to any country in West Africa or even Ghana?
Well, I've been to Zambia. I've been to Zambia. How many languages are spoken in Ghana?
We speak about 76 languages.
76?
Yes, yeah.
And how many languages do you know out of the 76?
Out of the 76, I only speak one.
Cliff, you're not serious. One?
Yes, I only speak one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Your favorite dish?
Fufu, obviously.
Fufu.
Yeah, fufu.
Oh, yeah, because I remember this other time you actually put
some fufu, yeah.
That was fufu, right?
Yes,
and something spicy, because I do know that Ghanaians love spicy.
We like spicy stuff.
By the way, happy African Day.
Happy African Day to you too, and to our viewers and listeners out there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Welcome to an African rhythm. My name is Kagiso Maditsela Nerakosa.
And my name is Kojo Edu Clifford. We are thrilled to embark on an incredible African journey. A journey that will talk about Africa, rich history and culture.
Yeah, so because today marks the first episode of this annual series. That is why we are starting it here in South Africa, the motherland, the rainbow nation with cultural diversity.
In the next 2 hours, we will immerse ourselves with the sound, sight, and things that make South Africa unique. Rhythm Africa is here to educate, entertain, and inform you, the viewers, and the people around the globe.
Yes, and of course we are coming live from 1Africa Radio TV and Impulse Radio and Television Africa online platforms. I mean, today we have so many talented artists and of course celebrity ambassadors who are going to showcase their talent.
Yes, and indeed, they are not only going to showcase their beautiful talent, but they are going to do so by telling the rich South African culture. So you don't want to miss out. Sit, relax, and as we take you through the beautiful, incredible journey of Africa.
I love that. I mean, we're talking about the likes of King Bantu, the Shaba music,
yes,
Dr. Malusi,
yes,
you know, and who else?
And we have the Shaba music, we have Mr. Douglas, and the list go on and on and on.
So, to kickstart,
yes,
who's our first?
Our first will be Dr. Malusi, who will come and give us the rich South African history and culture of Africa.
At the heart of the African continent lie some unique sounds. Sounds of music. Music that speaks a different language. Literally and figuratively. These sounds define who we are as a people. They are sounds that have their origin in centuries-old traditions and rituals.
It means that it helps themselves call their spirits, that's why.
Sounds that have now overcome all sorts of geographical barriers, uniting each and every one of us that has African blood in their veins. And it's not just the Africans that it is impacting. These are the sounds of Africa.
C'est le rythme. Les pas de marche, c'est le rythme. Les paroles, c'est des rythmes.
Kini masana kela ibo seneti. Eke. Kini masana kela ibo seneti. Eke. Kana kuduba, kana kuduba, kana eke. Kana kuduba, kana eke. Kana kuduba, kana eke. Kini masana kela ibo seneti. Kana kuduba, eke. Kana kuduba, eke. Kana kuduba, eke. Eke senati gomma finda. 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 Eke kana kuduba, kana kuduba, kana kuduba. Idi eke na idi na idi na idi na eke na idi kana eke kana na idi kana na idi senati gomma kana eke kana na idi na kuduba kana idi kana eke kana na idi kana eke kana jini masana kela ibo senati gomma finda eke na idi kana na idi kana kana ba kana idi kana na idi kana ba kana na idi kana kuduba kana senati gomma finda eke
On est dans le rythme.
senati gomma finda eke
Toutes les choses, c'est le rythme.
jini masana kela ibo senati gomma finda.
Welcome back from the break, and you're still watching African Rhythm coming to you live from Johannesburg, South Africa, where we're celebrating Africa Day. Today we have an amazing and a good friend of mine, Dr. Melusi, who is a PhD of political science in University of Joburg. How are you, sir?
All is good, and happy Africa Day.
Happy African Day to you.
Absolutely.
Sir. Yeah, so we start off with Africa Day. What is Africa Day to you?
Africa Day is not only a celebration, but it's a rededication because Africa faces an existential crisis. If you look at what is happening globally today, it didn't start today. It goes way back, but it's reaching a critical mass whereby there is a possible third world war. And that third world war mainly has to do with the control of the resources of Africa. So we rededicated ourselves. So what's happening in the DRC Congo? What's happening in Sudan? What's happening in Ethiopia? And what's happening in Syria and Gaza can very well happen to the whole of Africa, because already there is two generals from the West who announced that I think we should recolonize Africa. It's a question of we're moving from a unipolar world to a multipolar world. America is no more calling the shots all alone.
Yes.
There's now China, there's now Russia, which means dispersion of resources and dispersion of powers. So the white supremacists, the Westerners, have been used to holding power alone. But hey, there's other kids on the block and we are challenging them. And everybody is trying to gain influence and is trying to gain a stranglehold on Africa. So with Africa, it's an existential crisis. The most important thing for any African, we could be dancing, we could be reading books, we could be what? There can be a third world war at any time if you follow events, what is happening now, because they are trying to crush Russia. And by trying to crush Russia, they're trying to reduce its influence in Africa. And if we become exposed, they can divide us more, because that's how they operate, like they did with Libya. Remember, they killed the head of state, and none of the African countries could do anything, because we are not powerful, but they can't crush Russia because they built themselves a nuclear deterrent. So I want to send this message to all Africans here in Africa and globally. Africans I know they are serious, but we have to be deadly serious because things can change at any time. You just have to look at what's happening in other countries.
Okay, Doctor, thank you. Looking at the Africa Union as an organization and looking at the African states as countries, do you think the union has been able to help the states? And what are the progress that you can say Africa has made?
First and foremost, the African Union, it's an intergovernmental organization. It's not a unitary organization. By intergovernmental, it means they go there voluntarily as much as all the states are there. But there is no power that forces them to follow all the resolutions of the African Union. And that is our weakness. That is the weakness. That's why, for instance, what happened in the Sahel, what happened in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, right? When they took over, being supported by the people, ECOWAS and other African Union countries were against them because they were saying that is undemocratic. And other Africans saying, we are not going to follow the script of the West. Because Africa has got to go in a revolutionary mode again, back to an existential crisis. So there is little Africa can do. It has been demonstrated. You can see what's happening in the DRC since Lumumba died, right? None of the African countries effectively can stop what's happening in the DRC. Whatever we do is peripheral, is cosmetic. But look at how Russia reacts. Because Russia managed to build its military and a military deterrent. And that was done by Stalin just after the Second World War. He did it within 40 years. That is seriousness of purpose. So African leaders, for some reason, most of them, they're double-faced. They're sellout leadership. They lack seriousness of purpose. I mean, for instance, the Pan-African Conference, which was happening this year in Ghana, was cancelled by President Nana. For me, that is very humiliating. And when it goes into the annals of history, it doesn't inspire confidence in the black body, in the black people. Number two, Ruto is doing, President Ruto of Kenya, he's doing the dirty work of the West by sending 1,000 police into Haiti. America in 1914, they stole from the central bank all the gold of of Haiti.
But doctor, don't you think, because the Haitian president was overthrown when he came to Kenya. So I think for support of the Haitian people, Kenya felt responsible, like they invited the president, or for some reason, that is why he has been overturned. But again, Ruto, Kenya has also announced that Kenya is going to be visa-free, and other African countries.
My friend, I can tell you, Ruto has to pull out those police. There is no way Ruto can write the script for the Americans in in Haiti. Haiti is pretty dominated by the Americans, by the West. Not now. It started when they, even before, fought for their own independence. Is the first state of slaves to fight for themselves, to free themselves from from the French. So there is nothing Ruto. There is no partnership there. There's paternalism. He's a junior. There is nothing he can tell the United States of America. You can forget about it. There is nothing. So he has to pull out. There he's really showing that he's a quisling, right? He's sorry to say he's ass-licking. I strongly say Ruto has to move out. If you follow from the route where Kenya came from, Kenya came from people like Diden Kimati, people like the Mau Mau, who were very radical in protecting Africans. Colonizers that don't have friends, my friend. Colonizers. If you look at the history of Africa right up to today, from slavery to colonialism to neocolonialism that is continuing now, those are murdering, exterminating enterprises. There's no joke about it. There's no theory about it. I can show you evidence. It is there. Ultimately, if the colonizer can't get you, they exterminate you. How do you think America was built? The modern American, when you look at the Americans, even those who rule Americans, it's not the indigenous Americans. What happened to them? Because they were 15 million. They were exterminated. Like exterminated practically. What happened to the Aboriginal black people? They were about 11 million when the British fought. Now they hardly number 1 million. What happened to them? They systematically exterminated them. What happened to the Herero of Namibia? What happened to them? They were exterminated. They do exterminate. It's not something new they started. Right now, they are heralding, they're talking about Cape Independence. That's how it starts. And they're making that narrative to have preponderance. Right? And we take it lightly. Very soon they will arm whoever the people say they have a right to be independent. So we have to be very careful. That's why I get disappointed by people like President Ruto, like people like President Nana, people who play double standards, like people who are now becoming questionable, like President Kagame of Rwanda. Because I was listening to him the other day, because I thought he was very Pan-Africanist, and he started saying, no, some people, certain African leaders have asked me, Congolese are saying, Rwanda is stealing minerals. And he says, we are not stealing minerals. He says, I was listening to him, they are smuggling and these minerals go through Rwanda and they end up in other countries. For God's sake, why can't he stop that smuggling? Remember the other day, Ethiopia, when hundreds of kilograms of gold was stolen in Niger, it passed through Ethiopia. Ethiopia stopped it and informed the Nigerian government. That is collaboration. Why is President Kagame not doing that? Every other Congolese intellectual I meet and people from the church pastor, they tell me Kagame is involved. And when you check him much more, Kagame was trained by the Americans in the States. So I don't have definitive proof, but everything begins to add up. So some of our leaders are in the pockets of the imperialists. You can even see it happening here in South Africa. So I think the new generation of Africans has to be very bold, and they must know they are the government. They must just not wait for their government to tell them what to do. It must also be bottom up. And I want to say kudos to President Traore, the stance he has taken, because that is the stance of Thomas Sankara. We need much more bold leaders. It's a game where we have to defend ourselves as African. It's not going to be honky-dory, nice all the time. There will come a time when we won't even be able to shoot like this. Nkrumah tried to express a sense of urgency. But our African leaders, once they are given monies and they can put their money in France, in America, they think they've arrived. They think they're the elite. We have to be totally serious. And I mean every person. If you look at how President Dr. Umar Johnson is a clinical psychologist from the States. I think everybody knows him, right? You can feel when he speaks, he's trying to pick up people so that they are urgent about what is happening. And now that America is declining, America is still very powerful. It's declining. They are not going to decline alone. So we live in an existential crisis, and black people really, truly have to wake up.
Thank you, Doctor. I see your passion. And
I have to be passionate because of our forefathers who died and fought. Yes, I have to be.
Yes, but then we can't also celebrate African Day without talking about where we are situated, South Africa. And we know South Africa has experienced 30 years of democracy, and we're having elections just around the corner. Do you see the South African economy, the South African country have been able to integrate the people, because we call South Africa a nation or rainbow nation or whatever.
Look, in 1994, South Africa, black majority. We mustn't be apologetic about that, right? The black majority, we were played, right? We settled probably because we did not have the skills at that point in time. Maybe it was a strategic move they made. We settled for political cosmetic power, but we do not have the economic power. The truth of the matter is we mustn't be apologetic. If you go to China, their political power and their economic power and their cultural power is theirs. Same in America is theirs. Same in England is theirs. So why do we have to be wishy-washy in South Africa? We do not have the economic power. The whole of Africa is not owned by the black body. It's owned by the colonizers. You go and look at the listing at the London Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange. It's all multinational corporations. If you look at their directorates, if you look at their interlocking ownerships of directors, Africans, us, me and you, we do not own. They just get a few and build a middle class on a debt basis. They build a middle class, and that middle class thinks that they have arrived. So elections, even the ones we're going to have in South Africa on the 29th, they're not revolutionary, meaning they don't structurally change the economy of South Africa, but they are good because we are hoping we are going to get a leadership, a coalition leadership that is not controlled by white racist monopoly capital. So South Africa has not been independent, my friend. Forget about it. Just like the rest of Africa, just like Nigeria, right? Just like Kenya. The whole of Africa is actually owned by Anglo-Saxons, by whites. And we black people, we must tell our children from a young age and all that, it's not a joke. We must move about it. So there is no freedom in South Africa. Totally. We cannot afford to be beating about the bush just because you are given 2 cents, just because you are a house Negro. You know, you are not a field Negro in the field catching hell. Look at the kids in DRC, how they are catching hell. Just because when you're now driving a BMW, you're driving a Benz and all that, you are now seeing Negro. Master, are we sick? Master, where can we go? You are that type of a person because you play to the gallery of the Oppenheimers, of the Ruperts, of the Melanins and all that. No.
Okay.
We have to change. South Africa has not even begun to be owned by blacks. Forget it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to change that.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
We need to change that. We need to change that. Absolutely.
And that is Dr. Melusi, PhD in political science in University of Johannesburg. And as the man is very passionate when it comes to African issue. Thank you. Stick and stay. We have more to come.
Can I say something in last?
Yeah.
Amanda. To the audiences globally, that means the power is ours. But for us to have power, we must fight for that power. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And welcome back to African Rhythm. And right now I am chilled with Mr. Sbisi, who actually had the opening segment. He is a DJ. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Happy African Day.
Thank you, and happy African Day to you too.
Thank you so much. So, the opening segment, the way you played, the kind of playlist, what motivated it?
It's many things. I mean, for me, the word Afropolitan means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was used by another radio station up until it changed, but it spoke of a modern African person, made up by the rest of the world, particularly what's in Africa more than anything. I mean, even diaspora, they come from originally.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when you talk of cosmopolitan or metropolitan, as an African, immediately your mind goes to where? Tokyo, New York, London. And we really don't have that kind of association with it.
Mm-hmm.
So Afropolitan for me, says a lot, and I actually listened as well to a lady called, I can't mention names, but she's a world-renowned DJ. She actually plays a lot of African music and modern African music. I mean, for example, I learned a lot. I mean, when people speak of blues, immediately they think it comes from the US, but however, it's desert blues. It's from Mali. And when you speak of Congo, not Congolese music, when you speak of Cuban music, that's actually Congolese in essence, you know what I mean? So it also speaks to me in a way that, look, we have influenced the world in many different ways.
Yeah.
And, it's time that we acknowledge, what's left with the slave ship or through political asylum, whatever it is, And for me, that was the inspiration of my playlist, something that's contemporary, but has an African aspect to it, from a modern perspective,
So you've been a DJ for how long now?
My first time was actually, I was 10 years old.
10? Sure. Okay, don't expose me.
No, I was 10 years old.
Okay.
It was a fun day at school. That morning, I remember waking up and saying, I'm going to go speak to my teacher if I could borrow the PA. And then I'll put the mic next to the speaker of the radio and then play cassette, and then announce stuff. So that's how it started, but I was not so focused on it up until one had a slump in life, and I needed an outlet. And as a creative that I am, I started looking at music, and I got taught how to play it by a younger chap, a relative. A relative. And from there, I never looked back, what I mean? And I'll say perhaps around where I started mixing and sharing the mixes. I'll say around about 2006, 7. So.
Sure. Yeah, it's quite some time.
It's quite some time. And I also started producing as well. Like the first song, Africa and I.
Okay.
Did that song, when 2016, if I'm correct, 2017 for Africa Man, actually. Had Emmanuel Kabala, do the French Lingala kind of a narrative on the song. Then the last one was another production that I did, I think in 2019 with Susi Lefaba. And then added Umek Manaka on it as well as a spoken word kind of poet, so there's a lot that I'm still gonna release in time.
And also because now of the experience, you've seen the diversity of music. And, did it come to your advantage? The diversity of music? Because now living in 2024, we might see that cliche in the Afrobeat. Or even Leona piano moving forward, so, and it definitely you stay true to what you believe in, the kind of genre that you normally would play, being an experience. So that diversity, has it impacted with you being a DJ?
Look, for me, I'm always looking for new sounds.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying new sound, it doesn't make sense for me to come in and play something that you've heard before, I mean? I want to educate your ear, provoke your body to move. You know what I mean? That's what it's about for me. I always say a good disc jockey is the one that, you don't know the songs, but damn, you're like, hey, Lomuntu Lona. Hey, I never knew such music existed there, of that caliber. That's the kind of approach that I take, When it comes to Afro beats, look, I listen to it. It's very nice. But for me, it's something for another kind of crowd altogether.
Yes.
Just like Amapiano, you know what I mean? Mapiano is very nice. It's got a nice smooth bass. The arrangement is on point. Everything is very, you know, pristine. But, you know, as someone who's an African, for me, I wanna, you know, dance. I mean, in Congo, the term tango actually comes from Congo. It means get up and dance and shake the evil spirits away.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And for me, that's what it's about. I mean, the kick, the drums, you know, the shakers, you know what I mean? And that African voice, it does not matter if I can hear it or I can't, but as long as it moves my
It
spirit.
moves you, the beats.
Yeah. Or the musician, you know, I'm at home. I'm happy.
And what does it mean to be in the Rainbow Nation?
Look, for me, as it depends exactly from what perspective, you know, you're coming from. There are two perspectives, three, whatever it is, you know, but for me, you know, 94 was a great year. I was probably, how old was I? 12 or so. And we were expecting great things to happen. And they did happen, but for a few, you understand? And it was a beautiful narrative to actually introduce at the time to avoid the civil war that was looming at the time, you know, since the death of Chris Hani during the month of just before the elections and many other aspects, things that happened. I mean, KZN, I mean, every week, you know, you'd hear the AK-47 say, yeah, cool, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was tough. I mean, in KZN, you had situations, you had ANC, you had IFP, you had father against son, you know, IFP and the younger ANC, you know, uncle against what, you know what I mean? It was tough. So the Rainbow Nation aspect, yes, it was a good concept and everything else. But I think post Mandela's leadership and then Thabo Mbeki came, I always call him the game changer, you know, things kind of changed, you know what I mean? And they changed a lot. And we had hope, you know, we get back to, you know, the origin aspect of the Freedom Chart and all of that. But it became another narrative altogether. So yes, it worked at the time. And I think perhaps, you know, we should go back and look at exactly where we went wrong. But in essence, you know what I mean? I always believe that, you know, if we don't look at our history, I mean, even the word Africa, you know, please don't shoot me. You know, it's not our original name. You know what I mean? It was named after Roman general Africanus.
Yeah.
Who actually conquered a small portion of Africa in the north. And probably, I think that's why we get guys like Moroccans being lighter skinned, you know, and all of that in Algerians, you know. And if we had to go back to our original name, now the soil can respond to us. It's like, you are KG, yeah? KG, Kagiso, sorry. Right? Your name has changed. We are in Sam. Your time, hey, your path.
About recognize.
About recognize it because you're not using the name that they gave to you. You understand? And for me, I feel that is partially what we need to actually sort out. First, I mean, renaming of cities, perhaps, you know, rivers, mountains. I mean, if you look at Magaliesberg, Magalies Mountain, it's not Magali, it's Mohale. You understand?
And that's the thing, we're not aware of that. We don't even make that kind of research of why was that name or even a certain place was called the name. And right now we are in the election season and the 29th is a big day for South Africans. How would you motivate our fellow South Africans to wake up that morning instead of using it as a public holiday? I put that in inverted commas.
Friday.
Please motivate because we do need anybody else, all the citizens of South Africa to go out and vote.
Look, what I can say, be true to yourself. If it's a numbers game, if you want to go a certain party, go ahead, vote for it. You know, it's a numbers game. You know, if there are 10 people who say, look, we're going with the blue party, then the blue party wins. But do get up and do go and vote. You know what I mean? And make those numbers. Because if you don't make those numbers, it's for harm. I mean, already there are certain coalitions that have been spoken, which take me back to 1994, the government of National Party and ANC, and it stopped, and then Biggie came in, and now it's like, okay, DA now with ANC. Now it's like, okay, what's happening? Why are we going back? You understand? So possibly, possibly now certain transfers will be happening, and then next thing possibly DA will win. I don't know. I don't know. You know,
because your vote is your voice.
Correct.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy the rest of Africa Day.
Thank you so much. You as well. And thank you so much for having me here today. I haven't been in Impulse for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And it's doing great. Keep on doing the great work, guys. And keep on, pushing Africa, and you guys stay in tune.
Please do.
With African Impulse Radio.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Inkunzi ematica yohlobo abathi bayayivala kanti basivala bona isikhumbu esimakholokolo abathe bayasixhosa asangaxhoseka umfi amlewodwa bethu utshale nguqobe esaba amathamba amhlophe okasisi la he siyatshikisa sihlobe ngophaphe olwegalagala osala ngabampuku unina wakhe ongudade wabo ongunina.
Love yourself.
Sofika ifike ngithi amabelento agcwele izifuba obuyajabula umshayeli wesigindi oyendo uyasithintela uma ngibona amabelento ingqondo yami ivelisule ingqondo yami ivelisule amadolo ami aqhaqhazela vele ubuye nje wenkosazana vele ubuye nje wenkosazana uma ngibona amabele ntombi ingqondo yami ivelisule ingqondo yami ivelisule amadolo ami aqhaqhazela vele ubuye nje wenkosazana vele ubuye nje wenkosazana vele ubuye nje wenkosazana awubheke nje unyathela ngabantwana amehlo akho aqeda usizi cela ungikhiphe ebuqileni ungifake enhlizweni yakho ngivele ngizule ngivele ngizule ngivele ngizule mina ngivele ngizule Vele ubuye nje wenkosazana vele ubuye nje wenkosazana. Dalang zula zula, kuda amawa, wele me ngikulindile wena ngikulindile bathi ngikulindile ngifuna isithandwa sami bathi ngikulindile wena ngikulindile bathi ngikulindile ngifuna isithandwa sami.
Printing essay. What is printing essay? Printing SA is the official voice that represents printing, packaging, signage, and visual communications. They offer a wide range of services too, including conferring, consulting, campaigning, and training for the industry's long-term viability. Printing SA support, protect, and encourage the development of printing, packaging, signage, and visual communications within related sectors. They want to be as sustainable as they can be in each project because of their high integrity. Printing SA has a loyal clientele and connections to related industries since they genuinely believe in fairness and accountability, making them a company of very trusted professionals.
Attention, African industrial sectors, businesses and entrepreneurs. Are you ready to unlock the full potential of Africa's industrial landscape? Introducing IMTV, your gateway to success in Africa's dynamic business environment. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or a budding innovator, IMTV is your go-to destination for educational insights, invaluable information, and unparalleled networking opportunities. Join the thousands of forward-thinking individuals who are already benefiting from IMTV's cutting-edge programming. Tune in today and discover how IMTV can help you achieve your business goals and unlock new opportunities in Africa's thriving industrial landscape.
Welcome to the Africa Embassy, a place where television meets radio. We are 1Africa Radio TV. Our walls are embellished with the stories of Africa, and within those walls, we tell the new African story. Our on-air radio studio is the hub for African voices, talent, and content. We take the theater of the mind very seriously, and we broadcast live 24/7 on 1AfricaRadioTV.com. We also have an entire television production department. This is where we visualize the dreams, thoughts, and ideas that Africa has to share through podcasts, social media, photography, as well as giving our audience a peek into the world of radio. As a production house, we also offer sound for hire for indoor events. From production, filming, photography, and post-production, all the way to publishing. We have it all and do it all. With multiple shoot sets, including the YouTube room and television stage, we have the resources to narrate a different tale of Mother Africa, the way we see fit. To reach out to us, you can dial 011-433-0211 or email info@oneafricaradiotv.com. We are also online at 1Africa Radio TV. Africa, we are one.
King Bantu, thank you so much for that performance. It was honestly awesome. But then one thing that attracted me is your attire. Please do explain why this specific attire today. I do know that it's African Day today, but then why specifically did you go with this route?
Let me say today is an Africa Day, as you have mentioned to me to say that, but this is what represents us. We from the bush. We started from the bush. We were born there. Our bloodline went from the bush to when the white came in. And then we started living in the suburbs, in the township, and all of that. But that was not our setup. So this specifically represent me. It's part of me. It is in my vein.
Yeah.
So when I wear it, part of these animals come up in my face. So
wow, it's
I'm
that deep.
very proud of it. I think I even have a full attire of the Zulu attire that I didn't wear. I said no, for today let me just come with
just taking it mildly, not too much.
Yeah.
All right then. So I do hear that two of your songs actually.
Yes.
You sing about love.
Yes.
Yeah. So please do elaborate. Why specifically love?
I was born in the 80s, and I've realized that the 2000s, they are kind of like derailing. They are going out of the road. So then I said, let's write something for them. Let them hear how we grew up. There's a song I wrote, Kulumanga Mabele Entom, where I say, Umangi Bon Mabele Entombi, Ingonde Ami Veli Zulu. Then one person, oyibukele, oyilalele, uzothi, ithini kodwa le ndoda. Yayisibeka yathi dlapha kanjalo nje. But mina, I know what I'm doing. Because these guys need to learn ukuthi when you grow from ibele likufida. And when you become old, and then ibele kakhulukazi kwaZulu la ngisuka khona liyakuvula amehlo. Because the minute ubona intokazi kunomcimbi kuthiwa intokazi ayiqimbe sonke, there's something enzakala kuwena ingqondo yaZulu. And it's what I've experienced. Not only me, a lot of guys do go through the same thing. It's just that we don't talk about it.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Again, it is also to appreciate abantu besifazane and to protect them. I love them. I like them.
Yeah,
a lot.
because
So
honestly, Namia kind of thought another way on some.
yes. No, people will always. I like it because it does. When I start to explain, that's when people tend to be interested in it. Because I'm not just a writer who says I want to get famous or get attention out there. No, but I'm delivering the message. Remember, music is the calling.
So what's next for King Bantu?
King Bantu is busy recording another music. He's in studio recording another music. Now the level is going up because we're going to be putting like something very, very crazy. We're connecting with other people. I said at the beginning I shouldn't bring famous people as if like I want to grow because of them. No, let me just do it alone as a solo person. But then after that, we're going to start doing great stuff.
Definitely.
But also, not only music, I'm everywhere.
Yes, because we were talking about you being at the prominent Ishakalembe.
Yes. I'm part of that project. I'm shooting. I started last week shooting, and then I will be getting some calls to go and shoot. I don't know when.
I love that.
But I'm part of that historic moment of Shaka Ilem.
Definitely. I think it's a must watch.
Yeah, it's a must watch. I will be there, and I'm enjoying it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right then, thank you so much for the interview and all the best moving forward.
No, thank you so much. Nkosazana, abangaziyo ngiyashela ke mina.
How?
Bathi nginkunze emadika ohlobo bathi bayivalani bazibala bona usigagu kathando kanti lapha azonetheze kakhona. Ngiye ngibheke kanjalo intokazini. Kodwa phela ukushela kusho ukuthi phela sekumele umoshe cha ngimoshe. Ngishela nje ngidlule. Ngiyabonga sisi.
So please do translate what did you just now say.
What I just said is that I'm explaining about myself growing up.
Okay.
So it aligns my life, what I've faced in terms of igameko ngesizulu, and then the future yami la ngibheke khona, because everybody has issues. So when you bring your issues in a phase in isiZulu, you are kind of like freeing yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you tell them, you free yourself. And you're opening up. Then you saw my performance. I started with it. Then it's kind of like my spirit is like opening now. We can start. You can see even the kings when they are being introduced. It's the same thing.
Well, all right. You know, King Bantu said it all. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. Sis.
Attention, African industrial sectors, businesses and entrepreneurs. Are you ready to unlock the full potential of Africa's industrial landscape? Introducing IMTV, your gateway to success in Africa's dynamic business environment. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or a budding innovator, IMTV is your go-to destination for educational insights, invaluable information, and unparalleled networking opportunities. Join the thousands of forward-thinking individuals who are already benefiting from IMTV's cutting-edge programming. Tune in today and discover how IMTV can help you achieve your business goals and unlock new opportunities in Africa's thriving industrial landscape.
Welcome to the Africa Embassy, a place where television meets radio. We are 1Africa Radio TV. Our walls are embellished with the stories of Africa, and within those walls, we tell the new African story. Our on-air radio studio is the hub for African voices, talent, and content. We take the theater of the mind very seriously, and we broadcast live 24/7 on 1AfricaRadioTV.com. We also have an entire television production department. This is where we visualize the dreams, thoughts, and ideas that Africa has to share through podcasts, social media, photography, as well as giving our audience a peek into the world of radio. As a production house, we also offer sound for hire for indoor events. From production, filming, photography, and post-production, all the way to publishing. We have it all and do it all. With multiple shoot sets, including the YouTube room and television stage, we have the resources to narrate a different tale of Mother Africa, the way we see fit. To reach out to us, you can dial 011-433-0211 or email info@oneafricaradiotv.com. We are also online at 1Africa Radio TV.
Mike Lee Fashion Designs caters for clothing for both men and women. We have clothing for all kinds of occasions, whether you're getting married or are just having a night out with your family. We have got you sorted. From clothing for matric dancers, groomsmen suits, Mike Lee Fashions has the threads for you. And if you ever need memories captured on all those occasions, we also provide professional videography and photography, as well as MCs for the events to ensure that the occasion is vibrant. For quality, Mike Lee Fashion Designs is the one for you. You can find us at 35 Rifle Range Road, Ridgeway, Johannesburg South, 2091. Or contact us on 078-734-4015. Or you can email us on mikeorsafo@gmail.com. Mike Lee Fashion Designs. Quality is our main concern.
Thank you guys. One love in Africa.
that was Jerry Ochidi. Yo, how are you, my brother?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Hey, I am good. So why this type of music? There is hammer piano, there is moving songs. Why this type of music?
It's a traditional music from DRC Congo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm mixing the lot of language in Africa because I can't stop just to playing original traditional music from my country.
Mm.
I suppose to learn to play lot of country of traditional music too. So because I mix the language inside.
Why traditional music?
It's from DRC,
Then
the Congo.
why traditional music? Why are you doing
Oh.
traditional music?
No, because for me, what I can say is a gift. I was dreaming already about that for a long time. Even when I was small, I was saying already, one day I will do traditional music in my life because it's a gift for me. Music is not a talent, but it's a gift.
A gift.
So I didn't go about to school for music. You see, so I'm born with that. So because I choose it from my heart, I want to give one example. You can't just tell me, Jerry, I want you can do amapiano, but if my heart don't like, so I can't do it. You see, so I support to do something I love in my heart. You see, so I was dreaming already for a long time. Traditional music is my life, so it's my style for music. So I support to do it, and today I do it already.
And how is it going?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going well, but it's good. It's going well. It's going well, but it's not easy. The first thing is you support to love it, to put that in your heart. You see that. So, a lot of people saw you just play, sing, but they don't know beyond what is the story. So when I start to explain about my story, about to come to play, to sing today, so it's a long story. It's very difficult.
So how can people get your music and how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, I'm using Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all the platform. Just the name Jerry Ochudi. Yeah, just Jerry Ochudi and all the platform. And my first album live. You want to come out on the 15th of December this year.
This year.
Yeah. The first album, like in my language, Bomoy. Yeah, in French, Love
Love it.
Yeah. In English, Life.
Oh, my French is very bad. And this is how we celebrate the African Day, coming to you live from Auckland Park on the African Rhythm Show. The maiden edition and just gone by was an incredible performance from Jerry Ochidi.
Yeah, Jerry Ochudi.
Ochudi,
yeah. But we are the same people. Yeah, the same blood. Yes,
I was telling you in Ghana, your name would have been Jerry Ochiri.
Yeah.
You see, and yours is Jerry Ochidi. Anyway, viewers, stick. There are more performances to come your way. Thank you.
Guess when it drops. My people, the people of me. Can you imagine Africa united? One Africa Radio TV, unity and peace. One Africa Radio TV, voice of Africans. Yeah, Africa. Yeah, Africa. Africa Embassy, Africa Media, Africa Unity, people of Africa. Yeah, Africa, yeah, Africa, tous les Africains sont dehors. Africa, oye, Africa, oye, Africa, oye, Africa, oye. One nation, free border, Africa. One currency, free visa, Africa. One continent, one people, Africa. C'est la tête de nos aïeux, Africa. Le futur du monde entier, Africa. C'est l'Afrique qui gagne. Fight for Africa, eh, we're winner, Africa, eh. Oh, Myobe, Lumumba, NS1G, heroes of Africa, we're winner, Africa, eh. L'Afrique, mon Afrique a gagné. Vendons-nous plus cher en Afrique. Que toutes les nations de la terre respectent l'Afrique. Que toutes les valeurs africaines retournent en Afrique. Que les chefs d'État africains travaillent pour son peuple. De l'Égypte en Éthiopie. Du Cameroun en Côte d'Ivoire. Oui, du Gabon au Ghana. Du Burkina au Bénin. Du Niger au Nigeria. Oui, du Mali au Maroc. De Centrafrique en Afrique du Sud. Oh, du Congo au Comores. Oh, Afrique, my Africa. Le futur du monde entier. La terre de nos aïeux. Main dans la main, soyons unis. And our women ain't shopping, nous a chumalo, oh oh. And our women ain't shopping, moving the
Yes, I want to sing this second song that is very important. Nuclear D is my mother tongue, and the message behind Nuclear D is what we are facing every day with our teenagers. This is a teenager of 14 years who went to school when people were bringing back report card. She brought pregnancy. And now as a parent, I start to say, what is happening? What can we do in this situation? And we realize we cannot throw the child, only God can help us. That's the message behind Akanuladi. Thank you.
Salsa. Hommage à Diana Pierre, mon cher défunt Malomé. Vive la musique, Gilbert de Ballois. Nougala gadi, nougala gadi, nougala gadi, oh oh. Nougala gadi, nougala gadi, nougala gadi, oh oh. Cha song amour, song amour, cha song amour, oh. Cha song amour, song amour, cha song amour. Oh la salsa, promis de France en action. Ngonjo kwa machomda manana wani o oh Kabo foka mwani o Akeshimo suino Donda ngonjo kwa machomda manana wani o oh Kabo jola o Akeshimo suino Nugala gadi, nugala gadi, nugala gadi oh Nugala gadi, nugala gadi, nugala gadi oh Cha song amour, cha song amour, oh, cha song amour, 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 Brisango, cha song amour, cha song amour, Albisamo. Cha song amour, Mama Lizedo. Cha song amour, Ludovito. Cha song amour, Lili Jaboum. And our women ain't shopping, nous a chumalo, oh oh. And our women ain't shopping, moving with a mo. Gabamenga nunde bangalu, Gabamenga shamanzelu. Maki mena, machunte menu. And our women ain't shopping, nous a chumalo, oh oh. And our women ain't shopping, moving with a mo. Dayansi songamo chineke ansami azambe anyambe wem mon Dieu bon mo.
And that was Romy Two Phones. Thank you so much for your performance.
Pleasure.
And you just now mentioned that you wish you could have performed other songs. So which one specifically?
Elizabeth Promise of Married. When I will married Elizabeth, import Elizabeth just after winter will be over.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
imagine? And we are in winter.
Yeah, we are in winter.
Can you
Okay,
imagine?
I see what you mean with that. But then otherwise, how has it been performing here in South Africa than any other countries, that is?
Yeah, South Africa is a nice place, open to artists, musicians, and if I want to talk about production, produce a music in South Africa is really amazing, and lovely people are here to assist us and to help us to produce music. Yeah, and the truth is that I am in love of the way musics and performances pass in South Africa.
The culture and
the culture and
tradition
everything,
also.
and the way we interact with our colleagues of Africans and so on and so forth. It's really lovely.
I love that, because now I was about to ask you which South African artists you'd like to collaborate with.
For the moment, I think that I have a few numbers of them who are contacting me. Yeah, like the King of Zulu, the King Bugani, yeah, who was here today. He said he want to perform. He have to do a collab with me. The truth is that I am working hard to pick up, and truly it's not easy, because to make a name, you know, those who are already big, it's not easy to collaborate with them. Yeah, that's what we are facing.
Definitely. And the one song that is dedicated to 1Africa Radio TV.
This is 1Africa.
This is 1Africa.
Yes.
So the inspiration, is it from 1Africa Online Radio?
Yeah, inspiration of One Africa. This One Africa was created because of the chairperson of One Africa Radio and TV. He met me after I performed Elizabeth Promise of Marriage, Zakala, and No Go Go. Those are the 3 songs I performed that day, and she said, "Your songs are amazing. Please, can you compose a song for One Africa, mentioning us, just passing, mention us into it, because he believed in my composition. You know, I'm a writer, I'm a script writer, I'm a poet. Then I write my text. Yeah, and I publish a book also. Then, and I say, yes, I will do so. But at the end, he said he couldn't believe it because it was taking time. But I was working it so that it should be perfect.
I mean, he also insists that I play it on my show, the Good Morning Africa Breakfast Show. But then otherwise, thank you so much for the performance. And right now, we do have to go to DJ Silver Fox. Please enjoy the segment. We are celebrating Africa Day. Happy Africa Day to you, man. Everybody who is tuned in. Happy, happy, happy. So, you've been a DJ for how many years?
Yeah, the journey started a long time. We're talking about 2009, and then be one of those trying it out. So officially, I was qualified 3 years ago when I went to school for DJing, and then I qualified to be a proper professional DJ. But I was doing it out of passion,
Okay.
Playing music and stuff. So, but now I've transitioned from being a DJ to a producer.
Oh,
So
I love that.
DJing is another side
job, nyana.
but usually I produce, I make music now lately. That's what I'm currently doing.
Okay, so did you start off with this genre, or even maybe tackled into something else before?
Okay, no, I'm multi, genre. I do a lot of genres, but the one that I find it very easy to make music with is that it's deep house, and then obviously I do a lot of your kizombas and your salsas. But Afro house is the one that I like to DJ a lot because it just mix everything together. People, they dance to the tune, and sometimes they dance to the rhythm, so they choose what they dance to.
And one more question. What hypes you up, or even what entices you regarding living in the Rainbow Nation?
The diversity of people's flavors. You can't really go out to a club or whatever and you play music and you cannot capture anyone. Somehow you capture, a group of people. So living in a diverse Rainbow Nation, it gives you a leverage, especially when you're a DJ. You get to, know your comfort. You're comfortable. Somehow, someone will like your music.
Definitely. Thank you so much for the set. And I'm sure you're playing somewhere after this. So,
yes, definitely. Sentinel, I'm running to Sentinel. I've got a set at 8 o'clock.
Okay, enjoy it.
Gracias.
And that was a beautiful interview from KG. And we're still celebrating Africa on this special African Day. You can still watch us live from 1Africa Radio TV and also Impulse Africa Radio TV. This is the maiden edition of this event, and we are looking forward to do so many of it in the coming years and even in the coming celebrations where we celebrate Africa. I have a special guest here, and I would allow her to mention her name. How are you? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Mobi. My name is Mumbi and I come from Kenya. And what do? I celebrate true African authenticity in its truest form. So Mumbi means one who molds and one who creates, and that inspired me to create the House of Mumbi, which is the creators closet where I collaborate with different African artists to give the best experience of authentic Africanness without having it repackaged and sold back to us, so that it's contemporary in its sense, but it's also a celebration of true Africanness. Yeah, that's what I do. Well, I would like to say the 9 to 5 is I am an advocate, and what motivated me in fashion was the ideology that I kept on seeing that our fashion, our art, our life was being repackaged and sold back to us, and also our artists on the continent did not understand their intellectual property and how important it was to protect. So what you see there is House of Mumbi, and what I do is also create through sustainable art. And my sustainable art means that I take fabric, plastic, used leather, used fabric, and I give it a life. I give it a life back so that it has a new life and it's wearable and it's celebrated. And each piece is unique to you. That piece you see there is made from telephone wire, so that's wrapped telephone wire. Yes, with copper around it. And also all my findings are hypoallergenic because it's really important that when you do wear your jewelry, it doesn't react with your skin or your ears. So that's what I also bring. And yes, each piece is very unique to the wearer. That one is made with resin. And I like to just give authenticity to the pieces. That's recycled plastic and leather, mixed with a bead from West Africa, from Mali. So I'd like to think so because it's very important. In the world that we live in, we're very wasteful and there is a lot going on here. So to stop daily consumption in the same way is to give you a wearable piece of art that resonates with you. And if it resonates with you, then it stops you from buying in consumption. I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying things that you like, but I feel that if it has a story and it's personal to you, then you can enjoy it more. And that's what I try to do. You'd be very surprised. I don't also believe in working in silos. There are so many creative people within the context of South Africa, and even within Africa, you will find that you have people who are selling authentic kente from Ghana. You'll have people who are sending authentic fabric from Congo. You'll have people who are selling batik from Cameroon. And the idea behind that is even if they're selling it, you'll also find different tailors who also are using it for the copper wire. You'll be surprised. Building yards, charity shops. There's a lot of waste, and if you can take the waste back and recreate it and give it some life and give it back to somebody as contemporary art that can be used. We also do hand covered books, so we recycle paper, and we also visit a lot of. I think we had quite a few designers here, so we don't allow try not to allow them to waste by saying, look, let's collaborate, we'll take your waste pieces and we create amazing blankets out of those, we create amazing pieces, and we like the one that I'm wearing. So yeah, that's the idea. I think it's here. You don't have to go and recreate it. You can use what you have and it will give a new life to everything. Yes. I'd like to share that it's important to celebrate African heritage. It's important to remember who we are. It's important for us to tell our stories, and it should be a way of life. I think it should, and for some it is, but it's not for everybody. And it should become that way so that this generation also doesn't lose their identity and have it sold back to them. Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us. And you're still watching the African Rhythm. We will be going into our next fashion segment. It's all African. Stick and stay, and we will be with you.
Welcome to the Africa Embassy, a place where television meets radio. We are 1Africa Radio TV. Our walls are embellished with the stories of Africa, and within those walls, we tell the new African story. Our on-air radio studio is the hub for African voices, talent, and content. We take the theater of the mind very seriously, and we broadcast live 24/7 on 1AfricaRadioTV.com. We also have an entire television production department. This is where we visualize the dreams, thoughts, and ideas that Africa has to share through podcasts, social media, photography, as well as giving our audience a peek into the world of radio. As a production house, we also offer sound for hire for indoor events. From production, filming, photography, and post-production, all the way to publishing. We have it all and do it all. With multiple shoot sets, including the YouTube room and television stage, we have the resources to narrate a different tale of Mother Africa, the way we see fit. To reach out to us, you can dial 011 433 0211 or email info@oneafricaradiotv.com. We are also online at 1Africa Radio TV.
Attention, African industrial sectors, businesses and entrepreneurs. Are you ready to unlock the full potential of Africa's industrial landscape? Introducing IMTV, your gateway to success in Africa's dynamic business environment. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or a budding innovator, IMTV is your go-to destination for educational insights, invaluable information, and unparalleled networking opportunities. Join the thousands of forward-thinking individuals who are already benefiting from IMTV's cutting-edge programming. Tune in today and discover how IMTV can help you achieve your business goals and unlock new opportunities in Africa's thriving industrial landscape.
Because for me, it's not just doing Xhosa designs and that's what I'm known for. Like I said, I don't like to be boxed. And what we do is that we make sure that we style you for your specific shape, specific skin tone, ethnicity. So what I do is I go through collections. So I have a swimwear collection. I have an elegant collection. I have an African collection, which is what I'm going to be showcasing today. So you come to me and we sit down, you tell me, this is my kind of style. So I cater for your unique needs. I don't necessarily say, okay, I just do this and that's that. So whatever you want, I will then have a consultation with you to say, okay, this color works best for you. Let's try this shape. Let's do this. And then bring the whole image that you want to see.
I love that. And have you experienced any challenges?
There's always challenges. I won't even.
Sometimes you're like, you know what, that is it. I'm throwing in the term. But then because of this is your craft, you love your craft.
That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing because I'm not a designer or I didn't go to school for this. By profession, I went to university to be a psychologist. So I was basically doing both things parallel, studying to be a psychologist and doing the design in my spare time. So we've just been moving in that direction. So graduated. After graduation, I was like, I want to focus more on this. So that's when I just pursued that. And the challenges have been there, I won't lie, especially if you're going to be self-funding your business and you're starting off, all of those things, having to know how to make logos, having to know all these different departments, because you can't just be hiring people. But we live and we learn.
Yeah, that's so true.
There's no failures.
If you're passionate about something.
Exactly.
And I can even see from the collection, your collection, it's quite exquisite. Please do look out for that. It's coming up soon. But then for now, unfortunately, we have to wrap it up. But then definitely we are going to see your collection. And this was a Kafiso Kumaditila Kosa coming through and hoping that next year, still Nohaka, right?
I tried to play around with the different fabrics, different animals. We can see the orange lines with the cheetah showing the leopard print and the flowy arms to show that you can be flowy, you can be a soft person and you can still be strong inside, because that's quite a dominant animal. But with the arms, it's just the flowiness. Thank you. With the second one, a lion and a lioness, known as the king of the jungle, but like I said, I like the combination of the balance between the feminine and the dominant, or, you know, so the white lines just showing the Xhosa vibes of it. It's modern Xhosa. And at the back, we just try to keep it nice and simple. We don't want guys to be bombarded by a lot of detail. Thank you. And the next outfit, still showing modern Xhosa with the lines, as we said, the lines to symbolize the Xhosa-ness. Outfit you can also wear at the office. You can wear it to like a nice meeting. So with these outfits, you can up-dress it, you can down-dress it. It's all up to you. And like I said, going with the different textures, as you can see, some leather there and some lace to show the softness and yet the edgy part of the outfit. And our next one, we are showing royalty, colorfulness, you know, being strong, melanin vibes with the different green for nature, the yellow lines, the red lines. It's all about incorporating Africa. This is the different prints coming together, making it one nation. And in this collection, I call this one Indlovu Ayisindwa Ngumboko Wayo. And it's an elephant, and there's like all these lines to show that you don't always have to feel big, even though the size may be big, but you can still be a softie inside. That's our Xhosa queen. So that will be the collection. And it is called Messages from the Universe.
What a collection, honestly. Stunning work.
Thank you.
Attention, African industrial sectors, businesses and entrepreneurs. Are you ready to unlock the full potential of Africa's industrial landscape? Introducing IMTV, your gateway to success in Africa's dynamic business environment. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or a budding innovator, IMTV is your go-to destination for educational insights, invaluable information, and unparalleled networking opportunities. Join the thousands of forward-thinking individuals who are already benefiting from IMTV's cutting-edge programming. Tune in today and discover how IMTV can help you achieve your business goals and unlock new opportunities in Africa's thriving industrial landscape.